What's up, everyone, and welcome back to Fiction TV. Before I start, I want to say be sure to subscribe to this channel. Be sure to hit that notification bell to get notified for future videos. Give this a thumbs up. Let's start. Today we're going to talk about the Ju-on Origins. So Ju-on-Origins is a Netflix show. It's about 6 episodes long. It's 25 to 30 minutes long. Basically about this haunted house. It has to do with like this haunting house and death and everything that's surrounding the house. People die in the house is haunted. It just gets really creepy. So my first impression, the first episode went by super quick. Like I didn't realize that it was already 25 minutes, like as I was watching it, and I was like, dang, that went by fast. I definitely see the connection between this and The Grudge, especially that intro episode when they show the house and the way, the angle they show the house from, and all the like creepy noises that some of the people and some of the haunted people in the house make. So first episode, I was going in and I was like, oh, this is a really good show. I like it. I like the pace that's going. I like the tempo. And then I was like, oh, they are messed up for doing that to that girl. I mean, episode 1, the ending, it started off crazy and it ended crazy from episode 1 to episode 6. But episode 1 was really messed up because of what happened to the girl and just how they did her, just jacked up. Then we go into episode 2. We found out that she was definitely raped. I think what made it worse for that was that not only was she raped, but the 2 girls helped in her being raped by holding her down and setting her up. And I was just like, who does like this? Like, who does stuff like this? This is sick. This episode, one thing led to the next, and it was like just consecutive of bad events to other bad events to brutal events. It's like going through a dark tunnel. It's like I wanted to feel bad for the girl because I'm like, her mom called her a slut and a whore, and she basically said that it's your fault. You're the one that tried to have sex with your dad, and it's just like, what? She was a young girl, so he most likely raped her. I mean, come on. And she was being punished for what happened to her and being called names by her own mother, so I wanted to feel bad for her. But then she got the dude to like beat her mom, bludgeon with a freaking telephone, and I was like, not only that, he was her rapist, and I was like, what? And then like I was like, all right, I'm not, and I was like, I mean, the mom was crap, but also they were mentally ill. Like, it was just all messed up, honestly. I was just like, oh, well, shit, who am I supposed to feel pity for now? It was just a bunch of irrational thinking by high schoolers that just went down the wrong path. Then when they showed that guy's carcass and it was like a gray bluish color, and his face expression was like out of The Grudge, that was really good detail. I also have noticed like a lot of the Japanese horror films that I watch, they waste no time getting to the kill. Like, they waste no time getting to the brutalness and the killing. It's like immediately. We get to episode 3 and we find out they are together. They got married and they have a child. And then you learn that, oh, they ran away and had to start a new life, but they didn't change. They got worse. And then the dad, he's abusive, and it's like, of course, because he's a rapist. And then, yeah, they have this child, and the dad beats the child bloody unconscious, and he's abusing the child, he's abusing her. Their life is just all the way effed up. You know, like, ever since the incident at the house, that hauntiness has followed them throughout their lives, and it's just been crap from there. Then episode 4 happens, and God, like, the episodes just, as the episodes were trickling, it just started to get more and more bloody. Episode 4 was probably, episode 4, episode 6, probably were my favorite episodes, because episode 6 got real. Like, it got real. Like, yeah, in the beginning, it was like, oh, like, things are trickling, and the mom did get bludgeoned with the phone, but like, this was some other shit. This was some other stuff. Like, it was unexpected the way that she died. She did it so well too. Like, the characters, their acting skills were really, really good. Also, I forgot to mention that I watched this in its regular Japanese language, but of course you can like alter it for dub and sub. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. But also, yeah, it got real. Like, that music started playing, duh, duh. She's like, Nobi, Nobi, and he's just like, Nobi, and he just slices her throat, and the way she dies is just so good. Like, she dies so well, and it's so well drawn out, and the whole scene was so well put together. She's like choking off of her own blood, walking around the room, or kind of crawling, agonizing around the room, and then she dies. And then we have this scene where he pulls the embryo out of her stomach. He cuts her stomach open, pulls it out, and then he walks around outside late at night with this embryo baby in his hand. And then, of course, it ends up dying, and he buries it. But even the way they made the baby look, like, down to that, was just, whoever did that prosthetics, so good. I mean, this was one of the craziest scenes throughout this entire show. And it just started getting crazy. It just started getting creepier and creepier after that. Then when he got in jail and he saw the baby again, I was like, this is creepy. Oh my god. The baby tried to like go into his mouth, and I was like, yo, this is a good show. Also, another good scene was like the kid when he was drawing the pictures of the woman using black charcoal. That's definitely straight out of The Ring, I think. Or is it The Grudge? Or is it both? But I know that connection to that was really good, a really good thing that I know is a really good detail. And that kid's acting was really, really good too. I feel like the telephone had a huge symbolism in this, but I still really haven't discovered what the symbolism of the telephone is. I guess the telephone has some attachment of the house to it, because anytime that it rang, the guy would freak out. And also, when the lady had her bag, the telephone was ringing, but it wasn't really a telephone. The baby was ringing, but it wasn't really a baby. And, you know, that symbolizes the death of all those people, and the death of the baby, and the death of that house, and the omen that kind of comes with that house. But also, it was really messed up, because you had to see those main two characters, mostly the lady, because that guy, he was already effed up after, like, he raped her and all that stuff. But they kind of trickled down this dark path, and they were selling themselves. She was selling herself for money, and they were doing drugs, and it was just really dark. I said episode 6 was creepy. I meant to say episode 5. We get to episode 5, and I lied to you not, this creeped me out the most. First off, I was watching this in the dark, like in the living room in the dark, and this scene happened with this creepy shadow lady looking person, and all you could see was like her eyes, and I lied to you not, it creeped me out. Like, it creeped me out. After it was over, I was just like, why I can't get that image out of my head. This is so creepy. Oh my god. Like, I turned on the light afterwards, and I think I watched that 70s show after. Like, I just was like, this is the creepiest. Like, it's been a long time since I've watched a movie, especially by myself, and been like creeped out like that. Like, that creeped me out. Like, it left an impression. Like, I still can see that visual of that lady and that child in his face, and being like horrified. Like, he was petrified, and I'm like, I'm scared too. Like, what is that? Like, it was very creepy. That was Like when it got to those points, I was like, they did a really good job with those scenes. And the jump scares were good. It wasn't too much. It wasn't extra drawn out jump scares. It was like, man, freaky. Also, I'm like, why do they keep letting people live in this house if it's haunted like this? Like, they really don't care and just want the money. Like, why are people moving into this place once they find... If I find out this place haunted, I don't care how cheap it is. I'm not staying there. No. It also, like, another detail with the black and white scenes, the flashback scenes, I thought that was really good because you kind of had flashback mixed with present time because they would see what was happening in the past but also still be existing in the present. I thought that was really cool how they did that whole thing. Yeah, it was pretty trippy. Yeah, like I said, episode 4, episode 5, episode 6, creepiest thing ever. Creepiest, like that lady nearly took me out. Like I was like, whoa. Overall, really good show. I definitely recommend it. It's quick. I'm pretty sure you can watch it probably in a day. I watched it I think in 2 days. I split it up. I watched I think 3 one day and then I think I watched 3 the other day. But yeah, it's really worth it, and it's short and sweet, and it's creepy as hell. Like if it's been a long time since you've seen something that's gonna creep you out a little bit and scare you, this is the one. Like I definitely recommend it. But that cliffhanger, like, I was like, come on, you're just gonna end like this? I want more. Where's the rest? Where's the rest? Like when it ended, and it ended with a girl who, and it just went off. I'm like, I really hope that it's a season 2 because the way it ended, there's just so many, there's so much more they need to talk to us about. There's so much more unanswered questions, and I really hope there's a season 2. I haven't really dug into seeing if there will be a season 2, but I feel like it will be because it's a good show. But if you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up and comment below your thoughts about this show. Also, be sure to hit that notification bell. If you're interested, be sure to get you a copy of my book, Rain. It is a psychological thriller about a group of adults in a psych ward who've been living there their whole lives. They have some sort of abilities. They get this new counselor. He decides he wants to help them, but he also has a secret agenda. And as he's in there, as he's trying to help them, he learns that, yeah, y'all are just not crazy. There's something else going on. You guys have some sort of secret abilities in some way. Your mental illnesses are really abilities, and kind of goes on to his own journey of trying to figure out what is actually going on in this place, and these kids are being abused and the place is haunted, and all of his past trauma is coming back to haunt him because of that place, because it's haunted. Kind of like this show. If you're interested, then be sure to hit me up with this email. You can get attached to the email list, or you can hit the link description box below to get you a copy of this book on Amazon. Get into it. Chapter 16, let us go. KO. So we're almost at the end. 16, 17, 18, 19. 3 more chapters and that's the end of this book. So if you would like to hear the beginning of when I first started, you can go check out the review of Mortel. Go check out the Mortel review. That's when I first started reading this book, from chapter 1, and from there you can watch all the videos after that and catch up with it. Chapter 16, let us go. KO. Tracy, where are we going? I whisper. What does it look like? She yells, yanking my arm. We're getting out of here. But what about the others? I stare into her eyes, which twinkle like a star. What others? They can fend for themselves. She shakes her head with a mad face, crossing her arms like a cartoon teenager. Besides, you've seen Joe and you heard what they said. We are going to be trapped here. Trapped. Do you hear me? Now she chews on her fingernails. I snatch from her grip, sobbing. She rolls her eyes. Look! She walks up to my face, pointing. You can stay behind, but just know that at the end of it all, they don't care about you. She fixes her hair. For Christ's sake, Sam left us. She promised. She gave us her word. Yet left and never came back. She crept behind all of our backs. She was setting us up so that she could escape while we take the fall. She isn't talking anymore, so I follow behind. We walk for a while in silence, then we see Rob. Hey, Kale, where are you going? Oh, hey, we were just I look over at Tracy, wondering if I should tell. None of your business. Let's go. She gives me the look my mom used to give me whenever she was upset. You're not leaving, are you? He grabs my hand. You can't. The doors are sealed. Can't we know another way? No. I mean all of them. They're... It just goes on forever and ever, he warns. What do you mean? Tracy is in his face, super close to his nose. I've tried, and I'm telling you, it's never-ending passage. It changes you. His eyes avert. Oh no. My eyes widen in horror. Tracy laughs. Oh please, don't let this idiot spook you. He eats dolls, remember? No. He shakes his head. My roommate. Yeah, keep telling yourself that. Everyone except Ko here believes you. You said to escape before through here. What happened? I swallow my fear. He freezes like an ice pop. No, I can't. No. He shakes his head. Hey, are you okay? I touch his shoulder, but he pulls away screaming at me. I'm sorry. It's okay. I'm sorry. It's okay. No, he talks to himself. John. His eyes watch the ceiling. Rob? John. I turn to Tracy. Maybe we should walk Rob back to... She's gone. Tracy left us. So Tracy and Ko are trying to escape. Mostly Tracy's trying to escape, and she just kind of brought Ko along with her, and now she practically just ditched her. And Rob, who's the guy who stutters, he tells them that you guys can't escape here because there's no way out. Basically, everything's sealed, everything's locked. I've tried to escape, and when I tried to escape, something bad happened, but he didn't want to talk about what happened to him. Which connects to him stuttering so much, and he mentioned John because we found out earlier that he's actually John's brother, Orico, and just revealed that to Ko. If you like this video, give this a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel.